guys would like to welcome Michael Orlando, Vampires Everywhere. Hey, man, what's up? What's going on?
Not much, man. Just sitting here in hot LA right now. The weather just got hotter, so not so bad.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. Nice snow, sleet, and rain today, and cars all over the place. But at least you're enjoying the weather, you know. So, Ritual ready to be released March 18th, and already Take Me to the Church, one of the tracks, 13,000 plays in one day. What goes through your mind when you hear that?
Excited, man. I'm excited that everyone's really digging with what we're doing, and it's good to see Facebook back up and popping again. But other than that, man, it just feels good.
Cool. Now, in the early days when you were younger, did you really have a real fascination with vampires and, I guess, True Blood and Lost Boys and stuff like that? Did that really turn you on, huh?
Yeah, man. 1987 cult film Lost Boys, man. That's my thing. If you look around my apartment, it's all memorabilia, original and non-original stuff. So I was pretty obsessed with it. So I was really happy that the name wasn't taken when I went to go start the band.
Right. Now, the last CD in 2012, Hellbound and Heartless. How much different is Ritual compared to that album?
I'd say it's 180 degrees different. I mean, there's aspects that keep a little bit of Hellbound and Heartless form to them. I have a couple of songs that have a little bit of remnants, but other than that, it's a whole new way to go, a whole new vocal way of singing for me, and I added a lot of industrial EDM sounds to it as well. So I'm excited to take this new approach.
Right. Now, I listened to a couple of tracks and little tidbits and stuff like that. My favorite track I really enjoyed was Ghost Inside My Head. It just had something that I really enjoyed. And can you tell me anything about that track?
Yeah, man, it's funny you say that. That's one of my favorite tracks, too. I mean, I literally wrote that song right after my fiance had partied with me, and my dad died of leukemia in the same week.
Wow.
Yeah, so I ended up singing the tracks for that song in the studio with tears in my eyes and stuff. I mean, not sounding contrived or anything, but it was a hard one to get through, and every time I listen to it, it kind of just puts me in the moment of when I wrote it. The song is about my ex-fiance. The song is about, keeping strong, getting through it. And usually the way I do that is through revenge, and through my lyrics. So it helps me out.
Right. Now, I know you're going out on the road, I think this month, actually, and then you're going to go back, again on a different tour. What are some of the tracks off the new album that you might be playing?
We're going to try out Take Me to Church, Violent World. We didn't play those on the last tour. We have a track called Truth in You, Black Betty. Those are just some of the newer tracks we're going to sing. I did Ghost Inside My Head on the last tour. I think for these upcoming tours, though, I wanted to go a little bit more industrial EDM with the sound, especially with Filter and Orgy. To kind of bring that crescendo type rock from very ambient to very hard rock sounds in the song. So I'm excited about that.
Right. Now, going on the tour and stuff like that, you paid your dues in the early days and stuff like that. How much different is going out on tour compared to, in the early days, probably just, I'm sure you're still using a van and stuff like that, maybe a tour bus every once in a while. How much different is it, stopping at the dollar menu all the time? And it's really grueling, it has to be.
Yeah, I mean, our tours, the way I run them, aren't that grueling compared to most. I guess we're fortunate, but we travel in a van right now, and it's the most economic way of doing it. A lot of my friends in bigger bands do the same thing as well. I mean, a bus will end up costing you over $65,000 for the amount of touring that we have coming up for one tour. So, man, it's we try to do our best eating healthy and doing what's up, but it's not. You do what you love. You didn't go to work being a lawyer every day and eating at a fancy restaurant, but you don't love what you're doing.
Right.
It just turns into eating off the dollar menu anyway in your head. So it's comparative.
Right. Now, the Ritual Tour, you'll be headlining that tour, but then you're going to go out on another tour, Make America Hate Again. How much different is it from opening up to, supporting to headlining?
No, I mean, everything is put into perspective. I mean, the best thing about headlining is that you can get a sound check, you get your time on the stage to get your stuff right. That's a musician's dream. To sit up there, play your stuff a couple times, and really dial it in. Opening up, like being number one, that's a harder slot. It's a quicker slot. It's more like being a fireman, man. Trying to rush to the fire, getting it done, and then leaving immediately. That's kind of opening up. The position that we have on the Filter Tour, though, I'm pretty excited about. I think we're 3 out of 4, and they have some other local acts opening. So, it's a good spot for us to kind of get their fans used to what we're doing, and I'm excited about that, to be honest. Even though we don't get a dialed-in sound, it's worth a million headlining tours to have the opportunity to open for Filter, which I'm pretty stoked.
Right. Now, being a musician and stuff like that, is that a dream come true? Someone who gets to actually do something they love, compared to maybe more than 50% of the people can't stand what they do?
Yeah, most definitely. I think everything comes with its own stresses.
Right.
That's for sure. I mean, the music industry is like probably I would compare to being in the stock market. There's never a sure deal. There's never a structure to doing it. So I would assume that would be the stressful part. You don't know what the outcome is going to be.
Right.
Whether, I guess it's the same being a lawyer. You don't know if you're going to win a case, but you do know the procedure on how to try to win it.
Right.
Music's even more vague, man. I know I have friends that, blow up overnight, and I have friends that take 6-7 years to even get their music out there. It just depends.
Right. What is it like after the show, and you got all these younger kids and older people, and they're just waiting to get your autograph or a picture or something like that from you? What's that feeling like, seeing that line, kids crying or whatever, just waiting to see you?
It's rough for me. I never know how to play that out. I'm a big introvert when I don't have a little bit of alcohol in me. Right. And when a girl cries or something like that, I'm not quite sure. I laugh. That's my mechanism. That's why everyone thinks I'm more fucked up than I am, because I kind of laugh at everything because I just don't know how to take it. But I'm flattered and I'm humbled by it, and I think that's amazing. I always have a hard time with meet and greets too. I'm not good at them.
Right.
I do my best, and I do my best to do what I have to do, but I think it's just something that just seems to grow on me a lot more as time goes on.
Right. Is there any country that you really would like to go to that you haven't been to yet and play live? Yeah, France for sure. We were supposed to go to Europe, but that whole catastrophe happened, so a lot of bands had to reschedule their stuff. But I definitely want to get out there and play like Paris. That'd be a dream. Right. How do you differentiate Vampires Everywhere from the Killing Lights? Two completely different projects. The Killing Lights was more of a brainchild of my ex-guitar players. I did my part to do the best I could on it. We were both stoked at the time. We were promised different things, but it's a completely different entity. Vampires Everywhere is kind of my love child. It's what I built from the ground up and what I'm more comfortable with. Right. With the CD coming out March 18th and stuff like that, what are your hopes for the outcome when it finally releases? In all honesty, in the past, I've been super excited about the first week numbers. I've been super excited about everything that, is more industry-oriented than artist-oriented. But lately, I've been focusing on the art, and I just care about it getting into people's hands, them hearing it. The biggest thing right now with social media is reaching the fans that you have earned, and now all the social media outlets are requiring you to pay them in order to reach the fans that you've earned. So the more hands it gets to, the better off it'll be. Right. Do you foresee this coming out on vinyl too?
I've been asked that, and it sounds like a great idea. I probably wouldn't approach that until at least 3-4 months after the record's been out and so the album's been out. So we'll see how it goes.
Right. What's your feelings about like illegal downloading and stuff like that? Because like half the time people got the disc before half of the other people get it. You have any feelings towards that?
It's the music industry's fault. Napster gave them the option to buy in.
Right.
When it first came out, they refused, like I knew they would, and now they're faced with this dilemma, and they've caused all of us to suffer for it. There's really nothing I can say. I mean, I'm on the side of the anarchists. Power to the people. If you can get the songs, get them. It's not benefiting me that you do, and it's not hurting me that you don't. Don't buy them. At this point in time, in the cusp area I am in my career, the more people that can hear it, the better.
Right. Do you have any feelings towards what's going on in the world at this time?
No, I keep myself out of politics. I always do my best to, send good vibes out to places that are suffering, that have been suffering because of these stupid attacks, these pointless attacks. But more or less, I try to keep my distance so I can keep focused on what I have to focus on.
Cool. Michael Orlando, thanks very much for the talk today. Congratulations on the new disc coming out March 18th, Ritual. Would you like to say anything to the fans in ending?
I appreciate every single fan that has stuck with me, and the new fans that have just discovered us. And I hope to see you on both one or both of these tours coming up, and I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.